What do you think about the new law implemented in Nigeria, according to which rapists will be surgically castrated and anyone who rapes a child will face the death penalty? Do you agree? The governor of the Nigerian state has signed a law under which men convicted of rape will face surgical castration. Anyone who rapes a child under the age of 14 faces the death penalty under the new legislation. This decision came after many public outcry for the increase in rapes occurred during the months of restrictions due to coronavirus. This has prompted the governors of the states of the nation to declare a state of emergency. Women's groups have called for tougher action against rapists, including the death penalty. The previous law called for a maximum sentence of 21 years in prison for adult rape and life imprisonment for child rape. My only concern is burden of proof. Before we chop dicks off, end lives, we need to be 120% sure we've got the right person. Edit. I didn't expect this to blow up quite so much, so I'm going to add a few things. First off, castration can include the wang too. The term castration may also be sometimes used to refer to emasculation where both the testicles and the penis are removed together. In some cultures and in some translations, no distinction is made between the two. From the wiki page on castration. Secondly, a lot of comments asking about barbaric, draconian, corporal punishments. Practices of a civilized society and so forth. Frankly, if rape is commonplace enough to require these measures, then the society has failed in its duty to its people and requires harsher penalties. My contribution would be to bring back the public aspect of this. Televise this shit. Associate public shaming with the crime, and the next time a rapist considers assaulting someone they just might hesitate if they're able to visualize the consequences. Is it civilized? No, but perhaps it would be a step back on the path to civility. UNICEF reported in 2015 that 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 10 boys in Nigeria had experienced sexual violence before the age of 18. 4. According to a survey by Positive Action for Treatment Access, over 31.4% of girls there said that their first sexual encounter had been rape or forced sex of some link. If the legal system is completely flawless and it's 100% guaranteed that the accused committed the crime, then I wouldn't have a problem with it. Unfortunately, no legal system in the world meets that standard. I don't know much about the Nigerian legal system specifically, but a quick search on Google suggests a high amount of corruption. The chances of innocent people being executed seems pretty high. Definitely not in Nigeria. Somewhere in Nigeria last year a judge sentenced a 13-year-old to 10 years in prison for blasphemy. They'd probably use it as an excuse to genocide, sterilize an entire ethnic or religious minority group the judge doesn't like. I don't think a stronger punishment will reduce rape cases. But it will have all sorts of negative outcomes. One possible outcome is that rape victims will more often be killed afterwards, for the perpetrator fears the repercussions if they're found, and killing the, probably only, witness helps with that. I don't trust cops or the legal system enough for that. I'm worried they'd consider any homosexual act as rape even if it's two consenting adults. Alan Turing got chemically castrated because he was gay and eventually took his own life because of the misery.